Hey everybody, welcome to another edition of my live tea tasting. I've got a really great one for you today. I'm really excited to try this one because I've never had it before. This one is actually brought over by one of my coworkers, very lovely person. Her name is Rachel. Hi Rachel, thanks for the tea. I'm doing lychee black. I don't know what this is gonna taste like. I've never tasted it. I've never smelled it. I've only barely heard of what lychee actually is. So this is gonna be a treat. I'm starting totally from scratch. It's a very rare thing. When I do have a brand new tea that I have no experience with. So this is going to be very interesting. We'll go ahead and start the water. Since this is a black tea, hey Amanda, welcome. You're the first one to join me. You know what? It's funny because I was just 2 minutes ago thinking about you, and I was like, I'm kind of psychic right now. Anyway, welcome. I'm doing my lychee tea today, and I'm excited because I have no idea what to expect. I already set my water to go. I almost did it again. So this is gonna be interesting. Now, I have very little experience as to what lychee actually is. For those of you who don't know, including me about 20 minutes ago, a lychee is a kind of like a raspberry, but not quite. I don't know how to explain it. It has like a white inside. But yeah, this is gonna be really cool. There we go. Now this isn't the normal package. It was actually what do you win? You win credit. I just dropped a little bit, the little bottom. You win credit for actually being the first. That's always a prize in and of itself. So here we go. I'm gonna take my first whiff. I heard it smells amazing. So here we go. Ooh, that is nice. It's a very smooth black tea. And the berry is very light. Like it's noticeable but not very strong. It's pretty pleasant. It blends well with the black tea. Teresa, welcome. Yeah, I don't know why it does that. Like it's been doing that lately where it doesn't tell people that I'm actually on. I don't know. It must be like a weird glitch. But thankfully, at least I'm getting to see all your messages, because otherwise that would totally suck. Oh, this is really good. Oh yeah, I wanted to make sure my water was still on. I didn't hear anything. But yeah, it's got a very soft berry kind of flavor to it. It's not very strong at all. It's not overpowering. But I'm definitely looking forward to this. Now, it's not a very brightly colored tea. I wasn't expecting... I was expecting it to have, like, pieces of the actual berry in it, but it looks more like it's infused. I'll show you guys right now. See, it's all black. There's little specks of light brown, but it's all tea. It's got a bit of a red tinge to it, but it's very slight. I think that's more indicative of the kind of tea that it is, where you don't see the chunks of berries, but it's very well infused, so you can smell it, but you can't really see it. And it's not turning around. There we go. Let's try to get my. Oh, I think I might have overfilled my tea a little bit. I put, you know what? I'll pour a little bit out. It'll just take a second. I think I got a little too excited there, trying to measure it out. I was talking to you guys while I was pouring it. There we go. That's better. It's kind of got like this. It's got a medium leaf. I don't know if you guys noticed, but it has like a medium leaf cut. See, I'm going to show you guys how much it's going to expand. So keep in mind, it's only about maybe I don't know, a fifth of the way up, give or take. Um, and you know, I'm actually a little bit surprised it's not a stronger scent because with the lychee berry, I heard it was supposed to be like super strong. But it's very pleasant. It's very fragrant. Slightly floral. Alejandra, welcome. It's slightly floral, but not perfumey. So it's gonna be. Oh no, it's all right. Welcome anyway. It's only what 8 minutes, so don't worry, you're fine. Actually, no, I started a couple minutes late. So technically, you're only 6 minutes late. Look, there we go, and it looks like my water is ready. So I'll go ahead and pour some of this out. Now, since it smells kind of light, I'm gonna do the first 5 minutes. Whenever I try a new black tea, I try to do it depending on. Oh, I think I put slightly too much water in it. I try to understeep it slightly so as not to make it overpowering. But this one doesn't smell like it's a very strong tea. So I'm gonna leave it as is for the full 5 minutes at 212 degrees, and we'll see how it comes out. Like I've got high hopes for this because I have been excited for this since Rachel got it for me at work, and you know she flew all the way to China and brought this back. So this is authentic. This is the real thing. And I'm psyched to get it. And she made it a point that it came from a little hole in the wall shop, not one of those big fancy schmancy sellout stores that sells the things that tourists want to try. This is like the fresh, authentic, real stuff. So I'm dying to try this. Now, a few things. I want to talk a little bit about the health benefits. Once I heard about the lychee fruit, it really fascinated me about what it is that it can do. So it's got tons of vitamin C. Like they say that 1 cup of this tea is good for an entire day's worth of vitamin C. It's also an antiviral, so this is the kind of thing that you want to drink when you have a cold. It's good. It's packed with antioxidants. It's good for your heart. It's good for blood regulation. It's good for I assume digestion. You know what? Let me double check before I make any any claims. It's got anti-inflammatory benefits. So if you have any joint problems, this will help you out. And if you bruise easily, also it'll help. What was it? It helps. Oh wow, that's interesting. This is interesting. It's good for varicose veins and hemorrhoids. I had no idea that it was good for hemorrhoids. At my age, that kind of information could come in handy. It's good for mitochondrial health. So it's good for the blood. It's good for the liver. What else? It's anti-stress inducing. Let's see. I mean, there's so many health benefits. I had no idea. I'm just going down the list. It's good. It's good to help you regulate your diabetes. Let me see. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. But it's a long list. Like, wow. You know, this is like I'm gonna walk out. I'm gonna walk out of this stream like Superman. You know, it's like I'm bulletproof just by one cup. That's totally gonna do it for me. But yeah, it looks like this is gonna be not only a very benefit. Oh, there we go. There goes Quackhead. Ew! Ow! Hot! 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 There we go. I totally lost my train of thought. Welcome, person number 4, whose name hasn't popped up yet. I'm glad you could make it. There you are. Hey, Wendy, welcome. I was hoping you'd pop in. You liked my my status, and I was like, okay, well, maybe she'll come in. We'll see. You're coming in just in time because I'm about to pour some of this out, and I'm excited. So, here we go. This thing is so heavy. Oh, wow. That's a really nice color. I don't know if you guys can see this, but it's highly brown with a tinge of red in it. You'll probably see it better when it's already in the cup. But you can see it's a huge. It becomes more obvious that there is fruit in this when it's wet rather than when it's dry. I'm gonna wait until a little bit just to make sure that it doesn't like drip all over my floor, because you guys know every time I try to show you guys how much it expands, it always drips all over my floor, and that really sucks. But here we go. I'm going to show you guys what it looks like. That is a very beautiful color right there. There we go. So you can see right off the bat in the edge. Usually when I have a black tea, you see it turn yellow to white, depending on what kind of blend it is. This one, there's very little yellow, a whole lot of red. Like in the center, you have it's all pretty much brown. But it's that reddish brown where you can see the infusion of the fruit. There weren't actual berry pieces, as you saw, but it's infused into the leaf, and this is going to be an amazing experience, because look at that. It's like super duper red. So you'll see that there's an infusion. The infusion's going to be pretty strong in this one. It's not very strong scented. It smells like a regular black tea, except you can kind of sort of smell the berry. But I'm sure it's gonna taste. You're gonna taste more of it as you drink it. Oh, that's really nice. I'm wondering what kind of black tea they used. It smells kind of like a Ceylon. Or a Darjeeling. It's not a super duper strong one, so it's not Assam. I'm assuming it's going to be either Darjeeling or Ceylon. But here we go. Oh, that's nice. It's like you're tasting. How do I describe this? It's mainly the black tea, but then you get, like, as an aftertaste, you get the fruit. It's kind of like, in comparison, you know how when you drink flavored water, you have mostly water, and then at the end of it, you kind of get that flavored portion of it. It's like that, only with tea. You get like the strong effects of the black tea, but then at the end of it, you can taste the lychee in it, and it's not overpowering. It's sweet, slightly tangy, but not as tangy as I thought. Usually berries can be kind of tart, sometimes sour, and that's the kind of expectation I had. But it's not like that at all. You get this is definitely Ceylon. This is definitely Ceylon. Um, it's not very strong, but it's got that kind of English breakfasty taste to it. Um, and that is mainly Ceylon. Oh, but that's very lovely. You're getting this kind of how do I put this? You're getting an overall kind of taste. There's a slight kick in the back of the throat from the black tea, not so much the berry. But once you take that first sip, and you get that sensation in your mouth, like at the back of your throat, you it's it takes a fraction of a second to wash over, and then you can taste not the Ceylon, the lychee in it. But I really like this tea. Um, I'm gonna have to put, because it's only in this bag. I'm just thinking out loud here, but it's only in this bag. I'm gonna have to put it directly into a canister, which I have one right over here. So as soon as this stream is over, I'll transfer it through. But this is definitely something I'm gonna take to work. It's delicious. Madison, welcome. Glad you could make it. I think this is what, your second one, right? I'm glad you could make it. But yeah, this tea it's kind of soothing. Since this is a black tea, it's gonna be pretty well caffeinated, not poweringly so, but you're going to have like this awareness. How do I put it? It's not like a jittery caffeine buzz. It's more of a it's more of an alertness that you get when you're like fully awake. Oh, you just got the notification now? I don't know why it's doing that. Like I've been on for what, like, oh, it's almost 20 minutes. So I don't know why it's delayed. I also don't know why I'm blurry. I like, the background is clearer than I am. I don't know. I have some issues here. Thankfully it's not too bad. Maybe if I bring it in a little bit. I don't know. Anyway, yeah, I don't want to scare you guys too much, because all of this could be a little bit hard to take sometimes. Anyway, oh, I need another sip. Now this is the kind of tea that you'll want to wake up to. It's got a whole lot of traditional tea flavor. Um, and the fruit behind it, um, it's pretty sweet. Um, you see, the thing about lychee is it's got a lot of sugar content, but it's not a it doesn't taste like it's overly sweetened in here. Or maybe that's because this tea is unsweetened. I didn't put anything in it. But maybe if it's acting right now as a natural sweetener, um, and it's not letting the black tea get too bitter. Sometimes when it's I've had a lot of flavored teas before, and a lot of the time it's hard to pick out the flavor from the tea because the tea is like so overpowering. But in this case, I don't have any problems, because um, I'm tasting the berry, I'm tasting the sweetness. So that's probably part of the tea itself. Sorry, the lychee itself being a natural sweetener, and having that high sugar content. It does the job for me. So this one does not need any sugar. It doesn't need any stevia. I mean, maybe a little honey might go well with that, but honestly, it tastes fine enough as it is. Oof, I'm starting to get a little hot. It's, oof. This, you have to excuse me. This sweater is like, you can tell it's got that lining, and so drinking tea on top of this, um, I'm starting to get a little bit hot. But that's okay. I'm just like, whew. Now, like I was saying, I've had like a lot of flavored teas before. One of the things that if you guys have ever seen it, it's on my YouTube channel. I did a flavor called Christmas. And my biggest complaint was the fact that you couldn't taste anything but the black tea. And that had a bunch of stuff in it. If I remember correctly, it had like some berries in it. Let me double check the website just to make sure. But that Christmas tea was it was very ordinary to me, and I was, there's nothing wrong with it, except for the fact that when you're looking for a Christmas tea, you hope for something more festive. Wally, welcome. Glad you could make it. So the Christmas tea from last year, it had, there we go, black tea, cinnamon, orange, natural spice flavor, cardamom, cloves, ginger, natural ginger and cinnamon flavors. But you couldn't get any of that because the black tea behind it was so strong that it was really hard to pick out what was what. But in this case, I'm not getting that. I'm not getting that issue. I'm getting more of the berry than I thought. At first sight, I saw there was no berry chunks. There was no no indication except for the smell that there was any berry in it. But now it's more like it's incorporated into the tea so much that you don't have to look too hard to find it, if that makes sense. I don't know what the proper term would be because I don't know if you can taste any harder than you can taste. Mm. Let me take a moment to consider what it is I'm tasting. Um, because what I'm thinking is I have this sensation where when I'm drinking, you get this really soft overcoat of the black tea over your tongue, and when it washes over, the end of it has the berry, um, and it's got like a kind of I don't want to say like a cooling effect, but like how you have some citrus berries have that aftertaste that kind of cools, like a strawberry. When you eat a strawberry, you have that pop of the juice, and then at the end of it, you get like that like it kind of calms down. Um, I'm getting that kind of a thing with this tea. Uh, it's really I wish I had the the proper words to describe it, because it's more of something that you just experience um out of tasting and really, I don't want to say like tasting around because it makes no sense, but like experiencing different flavors and stuff like that. Um, I'm getting this kind of uh, I'm getting this kind of uh, sweet cooling sensation over my tongue, and it's really pleasant. I'm really enjoying it. Mm. This tea, I highly recommend it. It's something that you'd want to experience. I'm getting this kind of aftertaste as well. It's not strong. Usually when I talk about aftertastes, they're generally bitter, which it's never. I mean, unless you like bitter tastes, to me it's never that pleasant. Sometimes when I oversteep a tea, especially green, you get like a bitter aftertaste. It's just ah. This one, um, the aftertaste is pretty effective, in the sense that once you get past the okay, this is black tea, um, this is just general. What is this? Where did you get this tea from? Do I have to order it online? This particular tea was actually flown in directly from China. One of my coworkers went out there on vacation and went to a little shop, one of those little hole in the wall places. You have no idea where to find fancy teas? Well, not to worry. After the stream, I can give you plenty of online recommendations. But this one in particular, it came straight from China. I'll show you guys the packaging. This is the authentic stuff. The hole in the wall, better than tourist teas. Even the back, it's written in both Chinese and English. Yeah, so I just noticed now it's coming up backwards on your side. But yeah, as you can see, like this one came directly from China, and I am grateful for it because this is like the real authentic stuff. And like it also confirms the kind of tea that I've been drinking all this time. Um, it's it's the same tea, like it's the same stuff that I've been getting all along. So I mean, when I talk about adagio teas and being authentic and fresh, this is the same flavor that I'm getting. So this is just backing up that adagio gets some good stuff. You know what I'm saying? Is there some kind of tea that relieves nausea? There's a few. It depends on what's causing the nausea, though. Peppermint tea is good to settle the stomach. Anything with ginger in it, a chai, as long as it's not too heavy, depending on what it is that's causing the nausea, um, that can help as well. Um, well, not really chamomile. What am I thinking of? Um, did I mention lychee? I don't know if this tea would actually help with the stomach. I know that I said it helped with the heart and stuff. Um, what else? Anything that's fragrant. Oh, lavender. Lavender is good for the stomach. Um, lemon, of course. I wouldn't recommend anything too strong though, uh, because like I said, depending on what it is that's causing the nausea, um, it can have some adverse effects. If you're having nausea as a side effect of a migraine, um, matcha is really good for migraines, and it will help you out. But if the nausea is directly in the stomach, I wouldn't recommend matcha because it's highly potent. So it'll either clean you out one way or clean you out the other, if you get my meaning. So I would stick to if it's um, mild nausea. I would stick to something like peppermint, ginger, but nothing too not too much ginger, not too strong of a chai. But something like that, lavender, something fragrant. Um, I'm not sure about jasmine. Jasmine tea, it's usually very good if you have like a headache or something, but green tea has the same effect as matcha, so you want to have a little bit of that. Hey, Teresa, welcome back. You'll want to taper the drink that you're having because too much. Sylvia, welcome. Too much green tea will irritate your stomach. Um, and if your nausea is digestive, if it's caused by anything that's within the stomach, it could irritate it and cause you to throw up. So you'll want to be a little bit cautious and self-aware depending on what it is that you are feeling specifically. You'll also, when you drink a lot of tea, you'll also want to be self-aware of overhydration, because sometimes that can cause nausea as well. There have been plenty of times where I was at work and I drank too much tea, and I started feeling kind of nauseous, but also like, how do I put this? Like kind of over flooded inside. Like you can feel kind of your insides are going blah 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 blah. I don't know. It's very hard to describe, but I think that blah 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 is pretty accurate. So whenever you feel that way, if it is overhydration, and you get like jittery, you get, it's kind of the same thing as drinking too much coffee, but with a different kind of feeling on the inside. At that point, you'll want to stop drinking. Oh, excuse me. You'll want to stop drinking tea, wait a little while, go to the bathroom, and eat something salty. And that should regulate you pretty fast. I've been doing that lately, and it's been working. My thing is like I'll wait about 10 minutes. If I don't have to go to the bathroom, I'll make myself go to the bathroom, because that feeling that you're in there, sometimes your body is trying to conserve the water because it doesn't know when you have access to the bathroom. Um, so if you go to the bathroom and you just relax, it'll all flow, and you'll feel 100% better. Uh, that is that's one of the best ways to describe it. You know, that's how to get rid of all of that. It's very interesting how when you sit there and you think about the symptoms that you're feeling and why you're feeling them, you get to, I don't want to say you don't get to play doctor, but you kind of get more self-aware, and you know the root of the issues, and so you can then move on and treat yourself. Shanna, welcome. You're a little bit late there. You used to be number one all the time. I don't know what's going on. You're slacking. But anyway, but yeah, once you really take a minute to think about what you're feeling and why you're feeling it, you can then start to regulate what's going on inside. Of course, if you can't get to the bottom of it, see a doctor if it lasts way too long. But when you start to know your body well enough, you'll know what it is that you need to do. So that's my health tip for the day. Mm. Oh, that is so nice. When it's now, oh, you're going for your birthday burger. Nice. Bon appetit. Um, well, I was just about to say something. I can't remember what it was. I lost my train of thought. Um, yeah. Anyway, that's what it was. Now the tea is it's starting to cool off. It's still, it's over room temperature, but it's cool enough where I can drink it. Um, and it's got like a completely different sensation when you take a big gulp versus slurping. Now, generally, when you slurp it, you get to taste the nuances a little bit better as it's hot. But when it cools off, you get to taste more of it. And when you drink it up as like one whole mouthful, I guess you could say, you get a lot more of the berry than you do when you're sipping. And it's a completely different flavor because now you've gone from black tea into the berry. You're now getting a full black tea and berry at the same time, which is something I can get down with. Because I mean, it's one thing to drink it in two different steps, um, and you taste the black tea then the berry. But in this case, you get more of a mixture. So you know how when you drink, like, say, a Snapple iced tea, and you can taste, okay, this one is peach, this one is raspberry, this one is lemon, blah 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 blah. Um, After it's cooled down, you get to identify it all at once. If that makes any sense. So do I like it hot or not so hot? Um, I like it. I mean, I genuinely like it both ways. Um, I find that as it cools off, and the more you think about it, the more you indulge in the tea, you get this kind of experience. You know, um, when when you go to a tea tasting, now that you've been to one, Teresa, you know what I'm talking about. They encourage you to think about what you're drinking, and really getting the nuances of it. I'm doing that right now, and this tea, it's very stimulating in that sense, intellectually stimulating, I should say, because you get a different sensation as it cools off. Um, right now, it's the not so hot. Um, so I'm tasting more of the combination together rather than having it in two or three different steps. I can appreciate both ways. Um, I should try this cold eventually. I'll probably try it cold when I'm at work one of these days. But you're getting this overall sensation of a tea like this is an experience. I think that would be the best way to describe it. Mm. Yeah, I'm getting this like there's no longer any two or three step process. It's all one flavor now, and I like it. It's getting to be very how do I put this? It's getting to be very it's getting to be like an overall what's the there's a word, all encompassing. That's the word. It's an all encompassing taste. So I'm gonna show you guys what it looks like now. Hopefully it's dried enough so that you'll be able to see. Oh wow, yeah, this has made a huge difference. Rachel, welcome. I'm doing your tea today. Thank you so much, everybody. This is Rachel. She's the one who provided the lychee tea, and this has been a very pleasurable experience. I am loving this tea a lot. I'm actually going to show you guys now, if this thing doesn't drip, how much it's grown. And it's, wow, this is a huge difference. So you can see right there. Look at that. It almost tripled in size. Like when I first started, it was about a fifth of the way at the bottom, and now it's almost over half. So that's crazy right there. It's hard to tell. Like I can see it better through the camera, that it started down here, and now it's almost like maybe 2.5 times the size. So this is, hey, turn back. What was it? Do you think you can read your tea leaves like people used to do back in the day? I have no idea. I can barely read English after a long day at work. So I'm not gonna I'm not gonna be trying to read any tea leaves because I just don't. I just don't know how. I'm going to top myself off now because it's about that time. Oh, I'm a little bit. Oh, there we go. What was that? Do a Harry Potter tea leaf reading? I don't know. I've never read Harry Potter either, so I have no idea what my tea leaves would say. They'd probably say, "Drink more of me," which I'm happy to indulge. mm. Oh, that's nice. I'm gonna bring this to work, just so you know, and you're going to love this tea. It's very pleasant. It's more of a traditional. It's a traditional black blend with a lychee flavor in it. I mean, it's probably got the fruit infused into the leaf, but no chunks of the fruit are actually in it. Yeah, it is aromatic. It's not as strong as I thought it was gonna be, um, but it's got a presence, and that's what I really appreciate about it. Like, it's not overpowering where it's gonna like be in your face, but it's really really nice. So Shadi is saying they had a tea leaf reading at Naperville Harry Potter party at Adagio, and no, I have not seen the movies. Uh, I haven't read the books. I have to confess I'm not a fan. It's just it never appealed to me. Too much magic. Uh, I mean, it's just not my thing. I'm also not big on Disney. Like it depends on the movie or the story or whatever. If anything has way too much magic, it feels to me um like all the rules are thrown out the window, and the only reason why one magic power is stronger than the other is because the author says so. And I mean, it kind of, to me, that takes away from the experience. Because when I write, if I use magic at all, it's very, I know, I know I suck as a human being. But to me, it's like when somebody uses too much magic, it kind of takes the challenge, um, away from like strategy. When I write, if I use magic, I use very little magic at all, because that's just my personal preference. I like to have more of a reason behind why the thing works. Um, I don't know. That's just my take on it. I mean, I could be wrong. I freely admit that. Um, what was this? Kidnap my tea drinking butt, tie me to a chair, and make me watch all the movies? No, I do not. I just don't want to. I don't have that desire. It does nothing for me. Mm. I wouldn't say I'm a realist. I'm more of a I want to have my stories be more factually based, not like rock paper scissors, but just because I'm the author, paper is beats scissors. I mean, there should be something kind of realistic behind it without having to rely completely on realism. Um, if paper is going to, I'm not a Potter racist. What is a Potter race? Potterism is not even a is not even a race. I don't know. Potterism isn't even an ism. That's just something I came up with. And I don't hate Potter. I just I'm just indifferent. Mm. I mean, I don't judge you guys for loving it as much as you do, you know? All the cool kids are doing it, and we have awesome cookies. Well, so does the dark side. And I think I'd rather join the dark side than the Potter side. I'm just saying. And you know, I really want cookies now. It's the power of suggestion. Mm. Now this tea has cooled off a lot more in the time that I was talking about Harry Potter and all this. And I'm really starting to appreciate the fruit nuances. Oh, I wouldn't judge you for 50 Shades. I don't know. I judge the author because I mean, like from the pieces that I've read, ugh, like she has very little style, and oh my god, don't I'm not gonna get started. I'm not going to I'm not going to get started. Um, what was it? Weren't I talking about Potter at the Logan? No, not Potter. They haven't done a Harry Potter movie at the Logan Theater. They were doing Watchmen last week. Um, we were the last time we talked about Harry Potter was at the Loop when we were in front of Macy's. I love you too, Rachel. Don't worry about it. I'm not gonna judge you for 50 Shades, and you're still gonna get a bag of your own tea. Don't worry. But yeah, the last time we talked about Harry Potter was in front of the Macy's. Um, I think that was probably last year because I remember the display was out. It was either last year completely or like very recently, within the last couple of weeks, and my mind is just perceiving it as last year. I don't know. They were having no, that was I think that was actually at the Music Box. I think that was at the Music Box. I don't remember for sure. It was one of the two. But I do remember the marathon. Or they might have been doing the marathon at like AMC for the release of Fantastic Beasts. That seems more likely. Because I know that whenever they come out with like the new Die Hard, they do the marathon. Um, I am not a Twilight fan either. Ugh, no. In NYC, what do you mean the Harry Potter marathon? That I believe was in Chicago. If it was AMC, it would have been countrywide. Um, but I know where it came from. I just don't remember the reference, if that makes sense. Believe me, I am not Twilight anything. Ugh, glowing vampires, give me a break. I never understood the concept between the concept behind Twilight, where a person would fall in love with their food. No, that's not how things work. I have never fallen in love and wanted to marry my cheeseburger. That's just it. Like I'm not judging. I'm just saying like I don't understand the concept. Paleface or Brownie Boy? Now who's being racist? Shoo. don't know, man. This this stream has gone way off the deep end. I don't know. I don't know how we got to this. You loved your duck, but your grandma cooked it and still loved it after crying buckets. Well, yeah, but not to the point where you wanted to marry the duck. You were like, you're delicious. What a way to go. Like, I don't think that you like the whole concept of Twilight was he wanted to marry his food, and eventually he did. So, I mean, and you've never heard anybody put it that way? Well, because, like that's that's the concept. See, now we've gone from cookies to brownies, and I'm starting to get hungry. You guys are really putting me through the whole emotional hunger of that's. Oh my god, you guys. Anyway, back to the reason why we're here. I don't know how we go off into tangents like this. I'm gonna have to review this stream and see where we all went wrong. I bet. Where I have seen what? Where I've seen Twilight? I have not seen it, but I had a friend in high school who was so obsessed with Twilight that she talked so much about it. And I just know this because it was drilled into my head. And I had no choice. Yes, absolutely. This is why I encourage audience participation, because you guys keep me on my toes, and this is what I love. It keeps me going, keeps me encouraged. What was this? I haven't met the right food yet. Probably not. I mean, I have come close. There were some really, really good cheeseburgers I've had in my life, but not to the point where I was physically attracted to it, where I just wanted to go, No, no. I wasn't gonna order another one and then run to Vegas to elope. That's just not my thing. Be like foodophilia right there. I'm coining that phrase, a foodophile. That's. Oh man, yeah. I just talk about Hunger Games. Ugh. Okay. Oh man, I gotta put my tea down because it's hard to hold on to it when I'm laughing. And having a fetish, a food fetish. This has gone way off, way off the deep end. I was not prepared to go this way, but I'm glad we did. Okay, now I can breathe again. Whew. Okay. And speaking of food, Amanda, welcome back. You just missed the entire Twilight / Harry Potter / 50 Shades thing that we just had. You're going to have to go back on YouTube and check it out because that just went off the deep end. But speaking of food, Teresa, your question is always, yeah, when Harry Potter met Sally. Oh God. Okay. Teresa, your famous question, what would I pair this with before I go too far off the deep end? I like the traditional tea flavor with the berry infusion. No, that's the right, when Harry met Sally, that's the right reference, don't worry. With the berry infusion. I would say since it's a strong tea, it would need something strong to go with it. Oh, excuse me. But it would have to be, You really did. You came back at like the perfect time. Um, so it would have to be something that's strong tasting, but not overpowering, because then you'll miss out on the berry. Um, I would go with something something with corn for sure, because corn has that natural sweetness and that natural sugar in it. Uh, oh no, Harry Potter and Sally. Yeah, well, I mean, when Harry Potter met Sally, we're doing a whole thing. You should know better than to leave me alone for any amount of time to my own devices, because that can be pretty dangerous in and of itself. But anyway, I would have like maybe mashed potatoes with corn and chicken. Um, yeah, because you know how some people make chicken with like a raspberry glaze. I think that it would go very well with this tea. Um, baked ham. I'm not a fan of it myself, but when you put the cherries and the pineapple on it with the honey glaze, this would that would go very well with that concept. Um, Cornbread with jam. Yeah, that I would not complain. I do like my cornbread. And I mean, this would go well with desserts too. I would say like a German chocolate cake. That's or is that Black Forest? The one with the cherries in it. I believe that's Black Forest. Maybe, I don't know. Uh, Shanna, you would know. You know the differences. Chicken and waffles. Yeah, yeah, that would actually go pretty well. Because you get the sweetness behind the waffles and the savory of the chicken. That's a great combination right there. Mm. And I think the caffeine is starting to really kick in because I feel like the silliness bubbling up in me again. Black Forest, okay, yeah, yeah, that's what I was thinking then. I don't know. The German chocolate cake is the one then with the I don't want to say like the is it walnuts or um it's got like that nutty kind of graininess. I don't know what it is, but it's got like that sweet frosting kind of thing to it. Uh, I don't know how else to explain it because I've had it like a while ago. It's been a while. Um, but yeah, yeah, that's neither here nor there. It would probably go well with that flavor too. Are we getting the rhino or the unicorn? I'm not quite that gone yet. This is not one of those euphoric teas. But it's there. I'm feeling it. Pecans, that's what it is. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Pecan and coconut. I was trying to I knew it wasn't walnut, but it was that nuttiness. I could not get it out. It's pecans. Yeah, okay. So I was on the right track. All right, all right. All right. So I want to jump to announcements. Um, I want you guys to start thinking about charities, because I want to get the charity month on track for either February or March. I'm going to put a thread probably. I don't want to do it by Christmas week because I mean you guys have a lot to think about for the holidays and stuff. So sometime after the holidays are over and you're all cooling out afterwards, um, I want to start getting ideas for charities. Eventually, I'll put up a poll, and then we'll start the fundraising process. And my personal goal, is going to be $1,000 for whatever charity. And I don't know if I mentioned this. I'm going to be having different tiers, different challenges for different tiers. So once we reach a tier, by the end of the month, whatever tier we're at, Um, I will do that challenge. At the $1,000 mark, this one is going to be a biggie. If we reach $1,000, I am going to get a tattoo of a teapot on my leg, and this is how serious I am about fundraising. Like, this is going to be something that's going to be totally awesome. So I'm going to get that tattooed to my leg. I want you guys to help me get to that goal. Of course, the money is going to go to the charity, and I'm going to pay for the tattoo out of my own pocket. So you guys don't have to worry about some fraud thing going. It's going to be one of those things where I set it up on Facebook. Uh, so it's going to go straight. And yeah, absolutely. It looks like, well, Teresa, hold on. We'll be taking those suggestions. We'll be doing a poll, and whatever poll wins, will be the where the money goes to. I don't know what Mrs. Potts is. So, oh no, you mean the tattoo? No, it's not going to be Mrs. Potts. No. I'm serious, but not that serious. It's going to be one that I have already seen. I've already picked out. I'm working on the design with Jose, and this is going to be the encouragement to get it. You know, I mean, this is something that I wanted to do anyway, but I don't want to. I want it to mean something. So once we get that $1,000 mark, I'll put it through. Make sure I live stream when I get that tattoo. Yeah, that won't be a problem. The only problem is, like, I would need somebody to hold the camera, because I mean, I'll be like in an awkward position. So what was this? We can do a bracket to pick a charity. Yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Like, I'll collect all your guys' data. We'll do a poll. Probably like 5 at a time, depending on how many we get. What I would like to do is maybe for next month, if we can get 20 charity suggestions, we'll do 5 a week, and then on, let me see, it'll be like 1, 2, 3, 5, 10, 15, 20, that'll be for 4 weeks. And then at the 5th week, it would be the winners of the previous 4 weeks. That would be the final poll. So if we can get 20 charity suggestions, we'll put together that poll. I want to do that. I'll put the stream up. I mean, not the stream. I'll put the thread up probably next week, so we would at least have what's in the brackets. And then for January, we can do the polls, and then February or March we'll do the actual fundraising. The only thing is, I would like to do this for February, only because that's like the month of love. That's the month of giving and sharing and stuff like that. The only thing is that there's only 28 days, and if I do it on March, you get that extra day or two to get more out. So I'm still debating on that. But yeah, like I'll keep you guys posted, and we'll that's something to look forward to. But I'm excited to do this. I'm going to rely on all you guys to put the word out, to share the status. I'm going to be doing these levels, one level at a time. And once we hit that 1,000 mark, if we hit that 1,000 mark within that month, then I'm getting that tattoo. And it's going to be an amazing experience, and I would absolutely love for that to happen. Was this a bracket during March NCAA season? Yeah, I can see that. Are there 30 days or 31 days in March? Let me just check. January, February, March. 31 days. Okay, then you know what? That would be perfect because I would have the full 31 days to raise that money. So yeah, let's do it. Let's do it for March then. Oh, excuse me. And it looks like the 31st day is on a Sunday. So I can make the announcement on a Monday how far we got. How does that sound? You guys like that idea? I love that idea. So March is going to be Charity Month. Then February, I guess, yeah, we can. All right, so this is what we'll do. We'll do the polling January into February. Once we have the charity picked, you guys can start spreading the word. Sharing the statuses. Making announcements that Charity Month is coming up, and then March 1st we start the process. I am loving how this is coming out. This is going to be amazing. So I'm keeping you all updated on that. I don't think I have any more announcements. Maybe this is a semi-unofficial announcement, but this month is going to be kind of sort of a theme of teas that have physically been brought to me from other countries. I have quite a few of them, and I will be tasting them this month. The only difference is going to be Christmas week. The stream on Christmas is going to be a tea that I already have. I'll make the announcements. I'll make the announcement of that tea later. But yeah, this is an unofficial themed month. I'll talk about what we're doing next week. In that time, we'll get that going. I have about 2 or 3 sips left. So you guys have any questions, comments, or anything you want to talk about? Now's the time to throw it at me. Oh, this is really nice. Now that it's like cold, it's actually it's very flavorful. Like you're getting the full berry now. Oh, that's really nice. They they really. Whew. Mm. All right, I got 1 sip left. Final call, you guys. Yeah, like holidays are coming up, so everything looks like it's gonna be good. Get the clear teapot. Excuse me. And you need to get the flower, the fairy flowering tree. What's the fairy flowering tree? I don't know what that what that is. Is that a kind of bulb? I mean, I do have kind of a see-through pot. I've got the I always forget what that's called. The one that pours from the bottom, Ingenuity. I have that. I can use that, no problem. But I don't know what the fairy flowering tea. Oh, tea, not tree. Oh, the fairy. Oh, that. Okay, the fairy flowering tea. That makes more sense. I'm like, what's the tree? Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, that sounds great. As a matter of fact, I still have a bulb tea that I haven't tried yet. I got it last year for Christmas, and it's almost like the full year mark. This was a late Christmas present that came at about um, late January, early February from a friend of mine. And I have yet to try it, so I'll be streaming that sometime soon. It's hand sewn tea leaves, and it's pretty and yummy. Well, it sounds like an amazing experience. I'm down to try it. Sounds good to me. And I have had, excuse me, a tea like that called Red Bloom, and it was really good. I The only thing is like this was before Alejandra. Welcome back. um, the only thing is like I never streamed the Red Bloom. It was very pretty, very tasted very good. I might do that one day. As a matter of fact, that might actually make for a good themed week. You know, blooming teas. We'll see. I'll think about it. mm. Oof. There we go. Well, now it's time to wrap things up. This actually, this stream went on quite a bit longer than I expected. But I'm so glad that you guys showed up. I'm so glad that you joined me and you participated. And it kept me on my toes. That's like the best thing. Chally, welcome. You've joined us at the very end. Val, welcome. You guys, you guys are coming in like at the very last minute. But I'm glad you came. I'm wrapping things up right now, so if you like to check it out, I'll be posting this on Facebook later today. I mean on YouTube. Sorry, later today. This has been quite an entertaining one, so I highly encourage you guys to watch it. It went right off the deep end. But yeah, definitely it's worth catching up on. I made some really good announcements too. So it's definitely something that you'll want to keep track of. And I guess this is going to be the end of it. So have a great night, a wonderful weekend, and I'll see you guys next week. Have a good one.